Television aspect ratios refer to the proportion of the screen's width and its height. It determines the shape and size of images that appear on the television screen. With movies, they have a lot of creative freedom over the aspect ratios and can radically change them, from 4:3 to 16:9, 47:20, or even very uncommon ones just like 1:1 or 69:25. However, televisions do not have as much artistic freedom as movies, and they mostly need to fit the screen that they are in, or they'll have those black bars that everyone hates. Despite that, over the years, television aspect ratios have evolved significantly, from the early days of black and white television to the present-day high-definition television screens. In this video, we'll look at the history of television aspect ratios and how they evolved over time. In the early days of television, the standard aspect ratio was 4:3. This ratio was chosen because it was similar to the aspect ratios in movies at that time. The 4:3 aspect ratio was used for many decades, from the 1930s to the early 2000s. It was the standard for both black and white and color televisions. However, in the late 1990s, widescreen aspect ratios began to gain popularity in movie theaters. The widescreen format offered a more immersive viewing experience for moviegoers. In fact, many people dubbed the 16:9 aspect ratio as movie format, while the 4:3 ratio was known as television format. Television manufacturers soon realized they needed to adopt this format for their products so they could rebroadcast movies on their airwaves. The first widescreen aspect ratio made for televisions was 16:9, made by Thomson Consumer Electronics in 1993. This ratio offered a wider field of view than the 4:3 aspect ratio, allowing viewers to see more action on the screen. However, widescreen aspect ratios did not become the standard for high-definition televisions until the early 2000s. However, 16:9 televisions are the standard size that we now see almost everywhere, and it's hard to come by anyone using a 4:3 television anymore. In recent years, a new aspect ratio has emerged for high-end televisions, 21:9. This ultra-widescreen aspect ratio offers an even wider field of view. It is ideal for watching movies filmed in these ultra-widescreen formats, such as 2:35:1. It gives a very dramatic, cinematic feel. However, this aspect ratio is not yet widely adopted, and content is still primarily being produced in 16:9. In conclusion, television aspect ratios have evolved significantly over the years, from the early black and white televisions with a 4:3 aspect ratio to the present-day high-definition screens with 16:9 aspect ratios, and even newer ultra-widescreen formats like 21:9. As technology continues to advance, it is likely that we will see even more changes to television aspect ratios in the future.